How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel. I just placed 5th in today's regional, but there was a ban list, so I just recorded my video, and yeah, I guess less deck profile with branded expulsion. But before we begin, I just want to make sure you guys are aware of an amazing video that you don't want to miss uploading tomorrow. There's a premiere on the channel. It's the Albaz lore video. I put up so much love and effort into this video. If you like the story or if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore in general, you're not going to want to miss this. It's really, really special, and nothing like this has been done on YouTube so far, so make sure you check it out. 5 p.m. European and 11 a.m. Eastern. And again, on the channel, just click the notification to get notified when it goes up. And today, I played Branded. I placed 5th. We're going to go over the deck list one last time with Expulsion, and I am going to do a video talking about what's next, what's after Branded Expulsion, so stick around for that as well on the channel. And of course, we're on the way to 10K, so I appreciate if you do subscribe, like the video. Let us begin. So we're just gonna kick things off. I'm gonna talk about the matchups at the end of the video. I'm gonna make this relatively short. I think it's pretty standard, but overall, I'm really happy with the changes I've made since Nationals. I think it really helped, and I'm really happy of how it performs. I played 3 Aluber, which is mandatory, 3 Albaz, which I think is mandatory with Quem now. Nothing more to say about that. This is mandatory and important, especially with Kashira. 1 Guiding Quem, and then 2 Cartesia. I went down to 1 Cartesia, then came back to 2, because I felt like I needed to do it to see her much more. And because this deck kind of goes for the gimmick lock for game 1, basically, you need to be able to access Cartesia because this is your line to it. Then 1 Albion, 1 Mercurier. You don't need to play 2 if you don't play like Gold Sark. And overall, I wanted to stick to 40 cards. 1 Tragedy, 1 Puppet, and then I'm back on the Dark Magician, which was really good today. I think there's still good reasons to play this deck. Labyrinth is on the up and up, and they can really out this deck. It's this Dragoon now, so it's not even a win anymore. So yeah, I did play the Dark Magician. And then I played, let's head over to the utility cards here. If I can just get this Aluber off the playmat. This new playmat sticks. Then I played 1 Lubellion and 1 Serenir. I saw some lists cutting Bestials all together, just playing the 1 Lubellion. I liked having this. This is a very good discard. It's also an interruption, of course, so take it as you will. And then 2 Ash, because I did play Crossout, and I think 2 Ash was fine, especially in 40 cards. You get to see the Ash, you get to resolve it. Round 1, I Ashed Branded Fusion, which always feels sort of good and sort of not good. Then 3 Branded Fusion, 3 Branded Opening, 3 Fusion Deployment, and 3 Crossout Designator. This card, I think I resolved it maybe once today, but it's still really good to have. It depends on how the format shifts from now on. Maybe it takes a different direction with the ban list because it kind of changes some things, but we'll see. But still, this was good to run. Then 2 Talents, which I really wanted to play, and I didn't manage to in Nationals, but luckily this was great. It's such a good card. It's amazing, and it just provides more utility to the deck. Sorry for, the stutter. Burial, called by Lost, branded in red, and then 2 Imperm for the Crossout, 1 Retribution, and 1 Expulsion. This card is officially banned as I'm recording this video, and we are going to make a video on how to mitigate that. I think overall, just to address it, I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's fine. I mean, I think they should have banned Gimmick Puppet Nightmare, if I'm being honest, because it's still going to happen. And it's as good as it were before. So stick around for that video because we're going to talk about it. Now for the extra deck, pretty standard. 2 Mirror Jade, 2 Albion, 1 Rundbrum, which is insane. Like, use the interruption in the graveyard because that's why you play so much Albaz. You play 3, so you can use this in the graveyard as well. Sanctifier was today's MVP. This card is absolutely insane. So many games, just like, versus Drytron taking their monsters. We're going to talk about that. Insane. Versus Tyr, I played against Tyr. This is just an interruption. It's basically a Bestial. It's amazing. 1 Guacamole, 1 Dragoon, 1 Chimera, 1 Sprint. I did not play Kit, but since, again, I've been saying it a lot, you want to get in the habit of using your opponent's monsters with Albaz to fusion summon, because you can use it for Albion and Quem, summon back the Albaz from the graveyard. It makes this card very viable just as an interruption, because you can take every monster that was special summoned this turn and fuse it. So again, even if it's a fire, wind, winged beast, lizard monster, you can still take it because it was special summoned this turn. 1 Lubellion, 1 Quiritus, 1 Lulu. Kind of considering cutting this, but we'll talk about that in a future video. 1 Dragostapelia and 1 Masquerade. I basically mostly made this line of monsters and not this line, but you know, the utility is still good. Then for the side deck, I'm just going to start off with Jinzo. This won me a game versus Labyrinth today. I felt like there was going to be a lot of trap decks. This was last minute, as you can see, as a common. It worked out really well. We'll see what happens with Expulsion, but again, with Albion, you might still be able to get this, and I think it's a very strong card. It did win me a game. 3 Cosmic, 3 Santa. Now Pearly is kind of dead. We'll see what happens then. Maybe we just switch to old school Kaijus here. We'll see. And again, Super Heavy took a big hit today, and I did not main this because, as I always like to say, build for your own meta. I did not expect to face a lot of Super Heavy Samurais, and I didn't face any of them. So, Droll in the side. It was good to have. Played against Drytron. That helped, sort of. 3 Nib and 2 Magnamut. I decided to add the Jinzo instead of the Druisworm, which was fine because I felt like overall 3 Bestials is okay. I'm very happy with the build altogether. There's nothing much I can say. I think that considering my matchups, it performed really well. Maybe different matchups it wouldn't have, but overall it did, and I'm really happy with the build. Of course, we're gonna get some changes now with the format changes, with the ban list. We're gonna have to do a post Expulsion ban deck list, which, hint, hint, it's not going to be different at all. It's basically going to be the same. I'm really, really happy. Let's talk a little bit about matchups as I open my Twitter thread. Actually, you don't need to. Round 1, I played against Branded. It was a quick 2-0. Didn't really understand the deck that much. It was new to the deck, so that was actually fine. Round 2, I believe, was Labyrinth, not the furniture build, so it was a little bit easier to deal with. Jinzo really came in clutch. Round 3, I believe it was Sword Soul. Again, Puppet kind of misplays on his part. In terms of Bestials, he had the way to out it. Then game 1, I managed to lock. Game 2, he had, I drolled him, but he had like Judgment, Ash, Baron, which was enough, because I had too many hand traps, and you can definitely have that in Branded. Then I played versus Drytron, which I won 2-0. Funny thing about Albion in that deck now does the, the Chaos Max interruption. If you don't know what I'm talking about, search for Black Magician of Chaos Max, something like that. And yeah, it was pretty much over from there. I managed to build a really good board going first, and then going second, I had Droll Ash, but he called my Droll. Then he took my Ash with talents, but I did manage to win that. 5 was Labyrinth, I think. Again, it was furniture this time, and he won. He played really well. He won 2-1, and then Tier Laments for the last round, I won 2-0, which was a relatively easy matchup. I summoned the Rule Callus from the graveyard, managed to get another negate. Funny enough, that deck can't pass a Dragoon with 4,000 attack, so just so you know that. That's it. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Subscribe. Make sure you check out the video tomorrow on the channel. Like the video, leave a comment down below. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Peace.